We're on to the next semifinal of the last matchup of the night. It is CESPA, the Concordia esports team, versus TRK.
Yep, Lee Sin Callista bans right out of the gate for TRK, and then Elise ban from Concordia.
Yeah, as far as I remember, Inganks plays a lot of Lee Sin. It's one of his favorites, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, it's the jungler, Elon Wanderer, one
Oh,
of his
right,
top
yes.
bans.
Did they at one point switch roles?
Inganks, way back when, back in like 2014, used to be the jungler for the Concordia team.
Okay, I see. Talon ban coming out on the other side, Elise and Malphite. Talon ban's interesting.
I think it has to do with Kohler practicing that recently in solo queue, but aside from that, he's just pretty powerful with the new item. Better to get rid of it if you're not comfortable dealing with it.
Yeah, and a Soraka ban to round that out.
It's pretty standard ban. Don't want to deal with the first pick Soraka and the heal spams in team fights, canceling out all your damage. So I can understand the ban.
Yeah, and Malphite seems a little bit slightly overtuned right now in this current patch, so also a decent man.
The Gragas first pick is interesting. It's something that's been picking up a lot recently. We've seen a lot of it in high elo solo queue, even lower elo solo queue, and the Runic Echo's jungle item seems to have not be that affected by the nerfs, and works really well on Gragas now.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really change how Gragas plays too much at all. It was more of a... I think it was more of a hit on Elise, but did the Gragas W change go through to this patch?
It was actually the previous patch.
Okay. Yeah, so that's going to help him too. Yeah, it's also a safe pick by first pick standards.
Especially already when Elise is off the board, and then we have Rek'Sai and Nautilus come in for Concordia. Nautilus has been one of Ingangs We Trust's standard picks this tournament so far. Pretty strong top laner, a lot of utility, provides a lot of CC, and can also build that ZZ Rot and that banner of command and just spam push minion waves, especially with this AP jungler right now. Won't be able to clear that wave.
Yeah, that's a lot of CC. Bottom lane being picked out here. Might be a support Kench.
Yeah, there's Jiyoung locking in the support Tom Kench, so maybe support, maybe top. It's still up to decide, but Jiyoung with that exhaust and ready Tom Kench. That go over to him. The priority on Ezreal so far these last two games has been pretty interesting to me. I thought Ezreal would drop off quite a bit, but he hasn't.
Tom Kench into Nautilus isn't a terrible matchup because there isn't really much of a shift of power at level 6. I don't think Nautilus gets much more kill pressure solo, and then I don't think he gets a lot of tower killing pressure if Tom Kench decides to use his ultimate, so... But yeah, it might actually be a support in the end. We do have Braum and Lucian coming out, really bully of a bottom lane.
Probably one of the most powerful bot lanes currently. Just with that double tap from Lucian's passive and as well as Braum's stun, just so much CC coming up from that bot lane. Pretty much as soon as you get that tag onto someone, it's a pretty secured kill.
Yeah, it's really quite strong.
Now, would it be the Rammus? Would we see the Rammus top? The Rammus top was something KT Roaster started over in Korea, and has been making its way through solo queue, but I'm not sure if TRK is ready to pull out the top lane Rammus quite yet.
Yeah, even saw a little bit of it in the Challenger Series. Played by Seraph, and a lot of success with it. It's especially good with Engage, like Rek'Sai, but looks like it's going to be Darius and Lux instead. Darius is an interesting pick.
Yeah, Tom Kench going support and Darius will be top. The one problem I have with Darius in this team composition is I feel with just the sheer amount of CC that Concordia is taking out, that Darius will never get near the enemy team. So it's probably something to consider. It's just a really kind of strange team composition from TRK. You have a lot of engage, a lot of displacement, and then you just have like a lot of poke that doesn't really make sense to its end goal. We see a lot of clear composition from Concordia where it's just CC, Peel for Rapid X.
Yeah, Rapid X looks very secure in that team comp. But yeah, you're right. I think the thing that stands out the most to me in TRK's draft is the Darius pick. I think the rest is fine. I think Gragas into a poke or a siege heavy comp is actually not bad because he can, like you said, he can disengage for them, and he can also spread away to take a tower, finish off a tower. It's not bad, but yeah, Darius doesn't fit into that particularly well. I mean, we can see the case of TRK making catches in the jungle. They have a lot of power there because of all the uh, small but powerful AoEs they have.
Just overall
Um,
protecting their AD carry, I really prefer Concordia's composition, but we'll see how this Darius turns
yeah,
out. If
yeah.
Concordia tries to brute force things, then you'll see Darius probably pick up quite a few resets and everything, but until that happens, I don't think he will be able to get into the backline quick enough without his flash.
I also think Karma and Nautilus provides a ridiculous amount of peel against Gragas and Tom Kench. So besides that, I think Bromwall also um, can do a lot of hurt to the offensive of Ezreal and Lux. So there's a lot of ways of dealing with their team comp, and there's also, yeah, like you said, I also like Concordia's draft a little bit more than the TRKs right now.
Alright, so I guess we're going to take a little break while we load into game. We'll be around 2 minutes, so we'll see you then.
Alright, we're in game. Nautilus with the corrupting potion start. So is Darius. That's an interesting start for top laners. I wonder why they're picking that.
I think it's with corrupting potion, you just have so much sustain in lane that it goes a long way later on. And also starting Doran Shield isn't really helpful to your end build. So for example, if Nautilus wants to start Sunfire Cape, the Doran Shield won't really help him out. Well, help him out in combat stuff, but he isn't looking to trade. He's just looking to live. Same thing with Darius, who's just looking to survive the poke and survive the E spam from Nautilus.
That's true. Yeah, and then I guess Cloth 5 isn't really good either for them.
Yep, so just Corrupting Potion is just so strong, and then the damage it gives you, so it's ended up being a standard start for a lot of top laners.
Interesting, so it looks like it's going to be standard lanes. And the junglers both starting on the same side with CESA warding out the river.
Yep, so we're gonna have mirrored jungle starts. Both bot lanes are gonna take the bottom camps, look to get a level advantage, while the top laners and junglers help out with the junglers first clear.
Who gets there first?
Tom Kench. I think Tom Kench got most headaches.
Oh no.
Which isn't terrible. I mean, his level 2 is pretty strong. But I feel like a level 2 Ezreal could do a lot more. Corey already hits level 2, right?
Yeah, just about the same time, so... Onward's getting a little bit frisky up top. Is actually not winning those trades whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just a Corrupting Potion. Nautilus is just so much damage and lockdown with the E spam and shield. Darius can't do much early game until he starts getting his Black Cleaver and everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of... Nautilus level 2 is actually surprisingly strong. You wouldn't think it, but he has a lot of tools to duel and trade. Both of them using all their corrupting potions. Darius just has one left. So it's about even. You do have, though, the two jungles spawn each other out. Rek'Sai will spawn him out with his passive, looking for a tunnel. Lets him know he's there.
You guys didn't casually clear out that tunnel.
Yeah, in the meantime, Rek'Sai is going to be looking to get a little farm advantage. Gragas kind of hesitating right now. I don't think he read where Rek'Sai was properly.
I think right now Gragas feels a bit confused. He tried to go farm those wraiths and then realized, oh, well, they're not there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just going to recall now.
Yeah, so this is... It's not actually that great for him, because Rek'Sai, the ability that he has to farm or she has to farm so quickly.
That was actually a really quick recall from Lucian and Braum. Lucian just recalled to pick up those double longswords, looking to get early lane pressure. He's not really missing out in CS since he's ahead right now. So
yeah, it was a good time. They pushed out the wave. So good communication coming up from Concordia. Oh, nice pull from Inganks. Ooh, man, that last little bit dealt a ton of damage, and he wins that trade handily. They're out of charges right now, so this is good for Inganks. Onward's trying to get the heal off the cube, but looks like they'll back off.
This is the Nautilus. The way he is early game just deals so much damage with his passive.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. With his W shield as well. But yeah, sneaky Inganks with the Q. A couple more of those. Maybe just one more.
This game is kind of... while it's entertaining, it still feels a bit boring compared to, oh, we're going to see a trade.
Yeah, really close. The E maybe could have been queued a bit faster, maybe could have been casted a bit faster because Darius walked out before the charges hit him. But still forces him to back, so.
Oh, he's gonna go hunting. Oh, so close.
Did he? Okay.
Darius just like flew away as the anchor grazed his feet.
Yeah. Well-known fact, if you hit a champion at the last, I think, 0.5 seconds of the recall, you still get to recall.
I had that yesterday where I think Blade of the Ruined King, somebody was about to AFK, recall, and they just teleported away, and I was so sad.
It feels bad when it's a targeted missile that's like on the way to them, and then like it follows them to base, but you know they'll have regained HP by that time.
Magic Cassiding Q that just goes across the map.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, but we have a gank down bottom. Gragas, he misses the E, but forces the flash anyway out of Rapid X. So well done. They didn't really spend too much, and Gragas just gets to recall now.
Rek'Sai's around here already, looking for the counter gank.
But they have vision on him. They know. In ganks this time, losing actually a trade to onwards. He's gonna Q back. Yeah, those bleed stacks and that ultimate deals a surprising amount of damage once fully stacked.
Yep, so Wanderer's gonna go over here, knowing that Gragas recalled that last trade since he was really low. He's gonna go pick up his jungle.
Yeah, smart move from Rek'Sai. Keeping track of the enemy jungle as the jungler is such an imperative thing to do. It lets you move around the map and gank things so safely and just counter jungle safely. It lets you do anything you want.
Again, it denies Gragas super hard right now because he has absolutely nothing to farm in his bottom side jungle. Everything was taken.
Yeah, and if you take a look, I mean, Gragas hasn't had any success really in ganks. I mean, he burned the flash, that's about it. And now he's very far behind. He's level 4. If you look at everybody else's level, that's really below average.
Yep, he's currently the lowest level in the game.
He picked up the ward jungle item.
He picked up the Tracker's Knife. Well, both junglers going here for the Tracker's Knife, just looking to get vision of their opponents. So.
Yeah, it's basically the safest pick, I think. Nobody really setting up right now for neutrals. In-gank's trying to make a trade happen here, but actually kind of scares me. Nice. Yeah. So actually the reason that worked was because In-gank's dash, the dash portion of that spell hadn't started yet.
Yep, Nautilus's dash happens after his hook has landed. So he could still continue as if he's been CC'd. It's really weird. It's a strange spell. See it happen a lot with Nautilus being played more. It's just really strange. Same thing with the Graves Z, where the Graves can like effectively cancel pretty much a Blitzcrank Q with his Z.
Yeah, that has to be a very specific timing. But yeah.
Just one of those weird League of Legends interactions, and nobody knows they're supposed to happen, but end up as gameplay.
Yeah, it's weird just because of the way it looks, I think, but it's mostly consistent, I think. Oh, we do have them on the bottom side, though. Rek'Sai is going to take a visit, accompanied by Braum, and Ezreal is really far up.
Oh.
Arcane Shift, and now Tomken's trying to save him. The stun is going to come up, but Grey Health proves to be a deterrent. Gragas coming in for the re-engage, lands the body slam. It's going to force the flash from Rek'Sai, and that's all they get out of it. All in all, that's actually a good thing for TRK.
Yep, they got Rek'Sai's flash. Gonna go with the train in the top lane. Onwards, getting chunked, but still dealing out a lot.
I love Juggernauts, man.
The wet noodle fight in the top lane.
No, man, Juggernauts are not wet noodles. Look at all that damage he dealt. That's true.
It's already gone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, no, I mean, I love that they just go all in. They don't even care about minion waves.
I don't think Nautilus cares about minion waves either way because he just presses E and then all the minions are gone anyways.
They just drown.
Here we go.
Ulti coming up from Braum. Gets a knock up onto Tahm Kench, but that's not going to be enough, I don't think. Shiori, meanwhile, dealing damage, takes a big chunk. That's going to be the end of that. But Gragas is coming around. Will they spot him out?
They have a ward in that bush, so they should have seen him.
Yeah. I think they do.
I think they know.
This is a very safe game so far, but we might have our first kill here. The ulti came onto onwards from Inganks. Now D-Lo and Wander is paying a visit, but it looks like Inganks actually might go down here from the bleed, and the ulti takes another tick of the blood, and he'll go down. First blood goes on to Darius. Darius is super low. He's trying to stay alive with the Qs. This is not going to work out for him. He just walked into one of his tunnels. No, maybe not, actually.
Wander has to be careful here.
Yeah, Wander took a lot of damage from the dots. The missed hook, it's not going to happen.
Darius' ult actually went on cooldown at the tail end of that, so...
That was very close both ways.
Just seeing how strong that Darius Q is when Darius is low HP just saves him twice.
Yeah, it's really similar to the Alawi Q. We do have a dragon trying to contest the dragon here, but yeah, blue team snuck that out pretty fast. Did Concordia not have vision, or I think they didn't see the vision getting cleared a couple of minutes ago?
They had a ward and TP down, just they could burst down the dragon really quickly, especially with Luxall if Lux decided to. Just the TP was a little bit late since Nautilus was dead, so they couldn't really contest it.
Yeah, and their vision actually expired.
And Braum still has no ultimate from the previous engagement, so...
Yeah.
A good timing for TRK to go contest that dragon, since all the cooldowns were down for Concordia.
True. Good presence of mind to know what tools the enemy team has available to them and what they can do and what they can actually get away with. So, pretty tight game nonetheless though so far. The lanes seem to be more or less equal. I mean, the only thing that happened though was really that Darius damage threat. I mean, it's like Renekton. He's just very dangerous to gank because if either one of you are squishy, it could turn into a kill for him. But a repeat gank comes up. He's gonna get knocked up twice in a row. A bunch of damage comes through onto onwards, and this time he can't respawn. I don't think he's going to respawn for kill this time. And the ultimate comes out onto Ingank, or from Inganks rather. He's gonna pick up the kill.
The secure Nautilus ult, the death charge.
Does it do very much damage?
Deals 125 magic damage.
No, that's not very much. Well, did the job anyway.
It just looks scary. You just see like the bubbles popping as they walk toward, they go towards you.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not going to see the Rift Tail. I think Concordia thought about it for a split second, and then Gragas was just like, "No, you're not doing this."
I like how many pink wards are coming out from Concordia right here. You can tell that they're really going to try and get objective control. How much time for Dragon right now?
Well, Dragon just went down like a minute ago.
Yeah.
I think the Dragon timer is still bugged, the Observer client.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see in like 2 minutes if it shows up.
Bottom lane gets a catch. Jian is forced to pop his Grey health. Meanwhile, Shiori trying to TPS down Rapid X. ZZ Legendary getting in the way. They're actually going to take out Shiori, and Hayam Summit getting in a little bit late. Dylan Wanderer coming in, and the ulti from Braum is going to take out Tahm Kench as well. Or is going to help us take out Tahm Kench.
Forcing the splash out of Gragas too, really important.
Yeah, Gragas using his ulti to try and get away, and his splash, like you said.
Oh, so close.
He only gets under tower. That's not going to help when the Karma's there, but it's going to be the Rek'Sai Q that picks up the kill. Oh, Q from Lux, but yeah, not.
That was actually really well played by Concordia.
Yeah, it was really good re-engage.
Oof, the Ezreal ult almost taking out ZZ. He's gonna try and just freak all again.
I want to see more of this action top lane. I think I'm really enjoying seeing Darius.
just enjoy seeing Nautilus and Darius just stand on each other and spam abilities.
Yeah, it's great. They both hook each other towards each other, so they basically have the same kits.
Oh,
wow,
here we
nice
go.
flash ulti onto in-ganks.
Oh, is he gonna...
In-ganks with the outplay, maybe? No!
So close.
So very close. Was that the last tick of his bleeding?
It was the bleed plus the auto attack and dangerous game actually saving Darius.
Yeah, dangerous game for sure saved him, that's true. The last Q at the end I don't think actually hit, so I don't think that's what healed him, it was just dangerous game.
Yeah, I think he got the auto off and bleed damage.
Wow, so really nice play. It looked like an outplay for in-ganks, but onwards with just a little bit more HP than expected.
Never count out that bleed damage.
Ouch. Lucian, so much damage.
Oh.
Flashes over the wall to get the kill. Nicely done. Shiori, I mean, as Ezreal, you just can't trade in front of a Lucian, especially if Lucian has a completed item and all you have is really a Sheen and a tier item. That doesn't help you very much at this stage in the game.
Yeah, Lucian already onto that Essence Reaver, so pumping out a lot of damage right now.
Yeah. I mean, he chunked Ezreal down from 100 to 20 as Ezreal got him to 80.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been saying all this whole tournament, Ezreal is a really questionable pick. I'm not sure what the value is in picking him so much.
Oh, Nautilus gets hooked over the wall. That's interesting.
Nice job from him with onwards rather. In-gank's possibly going to get stunned up here. The help from the Rift Herald, such damage DPS. Yeah, wow. You saw how much damage that one hit did?
Yeah. Rift Herald hurts, man.
Yeah. I remember when that first came out, I was so surprised I couldn't solo it. I was like, why? This should be like Dragon.
I remember watching Cutie Pie stream, and the first time he walked by Rift Herald, he was like, well, what the hell? What is this guy? Like, what is this dude doing here?
I love pros that don't read patch notes or don't read tooltips and just like go crazy on stream about something that's just readable.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we've added this buff, whatever. And they go see it in game and they're so confused.
Yeah, pros just learn through experience, or a lot of them do anyway.
There's actually a game last night in Korea that was super funny because they went to do Rift Herald, and like, Rift Herald has been one of those objectives in Korea that nobody really cares about, and after they killed him, they just left the buff there and nobody took it, and it timed out.
So, Concordia gonna pick up Dragon off the back of a few recalls and a few macro plays there. Or they saw a few macro decisions being made rather, and then they picked up the quick Dragon, this time with a lot of vision on their side. There's no real clear advantage right now. The teams are pretty close, but I don't think this gold advantage means very much other than in the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, the bottom side of the map is where really this advantage is coming into fruition. Just Lucian just does so much damage at this point in the game. Ezreal really needs to ramp up to get that gauntlet and everything going, so he needs to work towards the late game.
Yeah, and considering how fast games have been, even in competitive teams where teams are like, you know, the semifinalists of this tournaments, it's been fast games. You need a lot of time for Ezreal to build up.
Lucian actually burning that heal with the Tom Kench gank.
Yeah, and in recognition of that, they pick up the Rift Herald very quickly.
Braum actually grabs that buff right before it times out.
But Rapid X is in trouble. He got exhausted and he got devoured by TK. Looks like he'll go down.
Yeah, looks like they'll try and get this bot turret.
Yeah, good recognition from both teams. I mean, Concordia saw that they could pick up Rift Herald, but on the back of Braum being absent, they saw that they could easily kill Lucian if he overstepped his distance, and he did.
Yep, so that kill is actually going to help Ezreal a lot to get back into this matchup.
Yeah, it should help a lot.
Oh, here we go.
We have a gank in the top lane though, onwards, his recall getting interrupted, but his ulti is not going to help him right now. He'll go down, and I think they should be able to trade turrets mid for top right now.
Yeah, they got bot lane turret too, so Maybe Karma can defend this if she gets her empowered Q up soon. In around 5 seconds, so... There you go, it's already up, so the mid turret doesn't actually go down. They're gonna get top turret for free.
Yeah, the minion wave just wasn't big enough, and they had Karma to clear, so... And meanwhile, Lucian pushing a storm up in the bottom lane, pushing minions.
Farmer Extraordinaire, Rapid X. Loving that CS.
Gotta get that Flame Eclipse.
Flame Horizon, man.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Flame Eclipse. That sounds cooler, though.
No, Flame Horizon sounds about right. A Horizon. Oh, Flash, though, from Whiskey, trying to get away from that Rek'Sai knockup threat.
Oh, Tom Kench coming in.
Finally see that ulti. We barely see it. Ji-Yun's gonna get in the backside, but the Braum ultimate's gonna stop a lot of this engage. Onwards, picking up a kill onto Nautilus with the ulti. Let's see if he can continue this devastation. He's gonna put the 5 stacks onto Karma, but gets eaten up by Tom
Lucian.
Kench. Lucian gets caught up on the backside. Shiori with the last E in will pick up that kill. This looks bad for Concordia now. They've lost that part of the fight. That looked good right up until Rapid X got caught up by, I think it was a Lux binding, was it?
Yep, if Lucian hadn't got bound right there, we probably would have seen.
Shiori picking up a kill on the back end of that fight with a few Qs. Yeah, it's that Iceborne Gauntlet slow. It slowed up Karma just enough so she couldn't get in the minion wave.
Yeah, and we just saw Lucian get tagged by that binding and just get deleted afterwards, so if he hadn't actually been caught by that, we would have probably seen him clean up the fight, but he got hit and paid the price.
Yeah, like despite his score, like he's very strong right now on 2 items.
I think Concordia's gonna still try and contest this mid lane turret, or not. Actually, Baron is up right now. Probably look to get vision of this. Can they rush it though? I'm not sure. They have a lot of tankiness and a lot of damage right now, but Fixer seems to know they're onto something.
Yeah. TRK trying to stop this.
About at 2,000 health right now.
But the red team picks it up, but the ultimate comes out from Gragas and so much AoE damage comes out. Onwards picking up a kill, he's gonna get his second ulti now, but Shiori's gonna pick up that kill. All in all, Baron for 2.
I'm not sure if I'd say worth there.
Yeah, me neither. I think this means that TRK gets to pick up the top lane turret.
Yeah, they're gonna get top lane turret for sure. I'm not sure about inner. They could try and get inner, but
No, I don't think they will do this. Ulti comes out from Braum. Stop them to get him off him. No, yeah, they'll take inner too. Because Lucian's on the bottom.
yeah, Lucian went bot side. Probably should have been top if they want to hold it, but
maybe he was scared of being caught out because they do have a lot of ways of catching him, and one member has flash. Hard to tell. But now Concordia's back up. I feel like this is probably a good time for TRK to set a vision, but that's not really where they want to set a vision on the map. So at least they got 2 turrets out of that.
Dragon is live now, so you might see Concordia rotate down and try and get this.
Yeah, it looks like that's what's happening right now. And they'll take mid as well. This is a nice call. They're only painting out Dragon now, but I think Rapid X should have this. There's the TK ultimate coming in with high on Summit. Dragon's at 2k. Let's see if they can steal this. No, Concordia's gonna get it after the smite comes out.
They should turn on to Gragas right now. He has no E. Oh, there he goes. Never mind.
That's a bit strange, actually. I think that was Rek'Sai's smite, so Gragas still had his smite, I think.
I don't think Gragas was in the pit in time, actually. But, yep. Concordia actually taking a really big advantage out of that. Brought themselves back to even in gold with getting the mid lane turret and the dragon. Well played by them. Yeah,
the gold lead is basically gone now, so just about even. And with 2 buffs, they get a little bit of extra turret pushing power. On Lucian, that buff sounds really strong too.
Yep, they have Baron buff for another like 20 seconds to look to rush down this bot lane turret.
So they made it worth, actually, with the Baron buff by coming back, sneaking out a dragon, and winning a fight there, and then taking out mid and bottom as well.
So noticing that Concordia has like lost the last 2 team fights, they decided we're gonna win this with objectives.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good. It's good to see teams thinking on their feet instead of always barging into the same mistakes.
If you like seeing teams run into each other's faces and fight all the time, I suggest you watch China.
That's true.
Here we play a gentleman's game. Objectives. Not really though. Wasn't there like 20 kills in the last game in 5 minutes?
That's happened a few times in the tournament. I mean, it really depends on which teams you're talking about. But yeah, I know. I think it's more common in the Chinese scene for team fight to just be a tradition. You know, just doesn't matter what your comp is, you team fight.
We'll always team fight.
I think that's what a lot of solo queue players' mentalities default to. Like, no, group is 5 because that's always the best thing to do. Like, I'm not sure. I mean, they have no TPs and we have double TPs and a Jax that's fed. Are you sure we need to do that?
I look for a pick onto Gragas, but
I don't think anything's going to come out of this, even with Karma Shield trying to speed up Legendary, but...
Batmen are slippery.
No, might find Onwards. He's actually going to exhaust Onwards. This is a lot to commit, but Legendary is putting himself in a bad spot. He's not on the same page as his team. The ulti comes out to try and slow them. They will get a fight here. Wanderer now on to Onwards. Onwards being a huge tank, trying to DPS whatever's in front of him.
Just so tanky.
Oh, big laser coming out. Onwards gets the ulti, and TK will save him from that last Karma Q. Karma, nice Q, will pick up a kill onto Lucian with TK's help.
Oh.
But Karma will respond with the empowered Q. She did cleanse that Lux binding to get out early. Overall, lots of summoners being blown, and it looks like it's a 1 for 2. But bleeding HP bars all around.
Yeah, another really, really close fight. I feel like if Lucian gets his QSS, that a lot of these fights will be very different come 35 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But for now, just Onward is just a massive tank with that Sterix Gauge and Randuin's Omen just standing in the front of everything. Tom Kench as well.
Yeah, Darius lasted quite a long time, but that was really fun to see. You have Gragas taking out a...
the ZZ Rot.
Is it Gigi or ZZ?
ZZ. And that Z Rot.
ZZ Rot.
The item of ZZ Legendary. The ZZ Rot portal. I've heard like people say Zzrot. The Rot. Nah. I can't understand 2 letters like Z next to each other. It just feels weird.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just what it does.
Like, if you had a xylophone and you put an X in front of a xylophone, does it become XX xylophone or xylophone? It's really strange. I don't
I know who you want, man. It's English language doesn't make sense.
Well, we know Riot doesn't follow the English language.
Yeah, what the hell is allowing? Wanderer a little bit. No, he wasn't stuck out. He's just getting away now. Onwards and Ji-Yun were looking for something. Though something still might happen. Whiskey taking out pretty low. She will get a binding, and Koala taking out so much damage. Will get picked off finally by Gragas combo. Meanwhile, Inganks in the middle of it all gets a knock up onto Shiori, but nobody's there to follow up, so he's all alone. Onwards, gonna take him out. This looks bad for Concordia. They were not on the same page as Inganks when he wanted to re-engage after Koala was taken down.
They got split up too, and just Onward's just so tanky at this point in the game that they're having a really tough time to cut through him.
Yeah, I don't think either way. I don't think they could have re-engaged on that. They had they were not in a great position for that fight to start.
It's probably going to be top inhib as well.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing these three can do to stop them. Well, luckily their bottom side is pushing. Dragon's about to spawn.
Bot lane is pushing, but I think the waves are just going to crash in and somebody's going to collect it soon.
Yeah.
But what's interesting now is if TRK decides to back, Concordia's going to probably try and rush the Baron once again.
Yep, that's what they're... I think they're just trying to mess with their recalls right now.
Yeah, that wave is actually really big. I'm not sure if we could kill that turret, but it'll get a substantial damage on it.
Rek'Sai is really good at interrupting recalls. He can get that long-range Q out.
Oh, actually didn't get the interrupt on Darius.
Unfortunate, yeah, Darius is going to pick up all that farm. But they will start the Baron very quickly off the back of that. Darius's TP is up, though. Let's see if he's going to come in. Yeah, Baron is at half HP. Whiskey gets a binding on nobody important, though. Meanwhile, Rapidex on the backside, he's going to culling. High on Summit ulti doesn't do very much. But the ulti comes out from Grom and from Nautilus. Huge knockups all around. Whiskey, though, dropping a kill. Karma in respawn. Duo will die from the kiting. But Karma, back and forth with the Lux and Ezreal. Karma is just trading.
That was a 2 for 2. Nautilus actually going to hook onto Darius.
Let's see if they can follow this up. Karma does have the ability to keep this going. She does get the slow. Let's see if he has a hook coming. Nope, doesn't look like it.
Ezreal's so low.
This does mean, though, that they can take the dragon.
Yep, they have pings onto the dragon. Top wave is actually really big for TRK with the super minions, but Bromwyn actually gonna try to protect his base while he can. Waiting for his comrades, hopefully not take too much damage on these Nexus turrets.
So Concordia picking up their third dragon. Right now, looking at the gold, it's about even, so it looks bad for Concordia, but their strength is about even, and their team fight looks alright. It looks really dependent on who pulls off the better kite.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, there's still a slight lack of damage with Karma's only real damage coming out from her Q, and your ADC throwing out his light slingers and cullings and whatnot. But every team fight is really depending on if Rapidex gets hooked or not. He still doesn't have his QSS, which I feel is probably his most important item right now.
The entire TRK team poses a threat to Rapidex, so it's so difficult for him to get good target selection in a team fight. He can't really choose who he's attacking.
Looks like they're gonna trade this bot turret for Baron.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting call. I think they might be able to get away with something. Baron and then simply defend.
Yeah, Baron goes down very quickly.
Yeah. That enhanced recall basically means they go back really quick, and I think they can defend their inhibitor. They look for the fight. The killing comes out, the ulti from Guard comes out, Ji-Yun has to put Grey Health, and he will go down onwards. In the middle of it all, his team is abandoning him, and he will also go down. Really good for Cordia.
Yeah, they shut down onwards, and they're gonna keep shoving this.
This looks fantastic.
Recall and take out top lane.
Yeah, they can definitely pull themselves back into this game.
They didn't even lose that turret. That 238 HP.
Yeah, that enhanced recall, knowing that they would have that, meant that they would time with the enemy team arriving at their turret. So, really good call, really good shot calling. Smart moves, and let's see off of the Baron buff what they can do.
Yeah, right now on the map, I feel like they really lack a little bit of that early game vision that they have. Well, they moved all their vision up to Baron when we see 2 pink wards on Baron. But I feel right now is just to set up and keep Rapidex safe so he can get that farm to get that item advantage. Right now he's at 100 CS lead practically, around 90 CS right now.
Wow, yeah, you're right. We are actually getting close to the Flame Horizon.
They're gonna look for this top turret, everyone's converging on it. It's actually gonna get hooked. That's the flash.
A TP coming in though. They're wanting this fight. They have the Baron buff and onwards is super low. The hook comes out. ZZ Legendary is really low though. Looks like both of them will back off.
So in the end, nobody goes down but burning both Rapid X's summoners.
I would really like to see this go to a game 3.
Yeah. So far, it's probably been the most even or sort of even game that we've seen this tournament so far.
And this game in particular, yeah, the whole tournament is actually, this has probably been the most competitive. If you look at the time in game compared to the goal differential, there's nothing been quite that close this far in.
I think this is also the longest game we've had too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you might be right.
I was going through the VODs 2 days ago, highlighting them all, and I felt like after 32 minutes, every single game was done.
Yeah. There's a lot of fast ones, a lot of 25-minute and sub 20-minute games even. But yeah, no, when you get to the semifinals, there's actually a lot of, Montreal talent. It's really cool to see. We have a lot of masters. There's a challenger in here, I think. I think Rapidex.
Rapidex is currently challenger, and
yeah.
ZZ Legendary, the support for Concordia's team, was actually almost a semi-pro player, played on Complexity back in Season 3.
Really cool.
Academy.
Yeah, Montreal has had I think actually Complexity's picked up a few Montreal players in the past.
Yep.
Captain Ziploc, right?
Captain Ziploc, X-Pekik.
Dragon Rouge, I think, too.
Yep. Dragon Rouge is actually Rapid X's brother, I think.
Oh, for real? That's awesome. I know Dragon Rouge, too. I'll let him know that his brother's pretty good.
I think he's his brother. Don't quote me on that. We'll ask him later.
Okay. So Concordia no longer with the Baron buff, but Dragon's coming up in 50 seconds. They have 3 out of 5, and the last one gives them turret diving capability, which, I mean, at this point in the game is pretty negligible.
Since there aren't many turrets left anyways.
Yeah, I feel that's very strange for a 4th Dragon buff.
I mean, if the game is really accelerated and you're picking dragons off from like minute 6, I mean, it makes sense at that point. But seeing our first dragon was around 15 minutes, it's really hard to make that buff useful.
I think even if you pick it up as early as you can, it's barely worth. A little bit of a dance before the dragon though.
This is the poke coming out from TRK is really strong.
You can't go through that little entrance with Lux. Like, it's just not the right place to engage. But it looks like the Braum ultimate and the Rek'Sai knockup, followed by Nautilus knockup, is going to do the trick. But it's going to be trade 1-for-1 so far, onwards, trying to do the damage up front, and he looks like he will...
he just barely lives.
Yeah, barely saved, actually. He went down really fast. I'm surprised he went down that quickly. He looked like he was about to scare Concordia away, but...
Meanwhile, the minions pick up another turret.
Yeah,
and they're pushing bot.
Both top and bottom push pretty far up.
Gonna be another dragon for Concordia, looks like it. Actually, Dylan won. Yeah, they're gonna go for it in the end.
Yeah, and you also have the Void Lanes pushing the top side as well. That's a huge help.
Lux gonna look to steal this.
And she did get it.
That really hurts.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But well done from Lux. Rapidex running Shiori, and Shiori has very little mana and no cooldowns. That's going to be a shutdown. Quick work from Rapidex.
Yep, the Lucian, Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, and Essence Reaver, and Static Shiv at this point in the game. Just showing how far ahead he is.
Yeah, no Mercurial Scimitar needed. No Banshees.
He's a real man. I don't need defensive items. I'm a man.
That's how we make real men. No defense.
Real men don't use defense.
That's why Rek'Sai is a she. No, I'm just kidding. But she is really a she.
That's weird. I'm like, when I see Rek'Sai, I don't think she, I think it.
Yeah.
Same thing, I don't really attribute Kog'Maw as to being a male. I just think of it as a thing.
Is Kog'Maw a male? Oh
think
wow,
top
she
one's
gets the
on it.
blue steal too, I think. Yeah, she did get the blue steal. Nice job, 2 nice Lux lasers, stealing some objective.
Baron's coming up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, so the top laners are gonna have to make their way there, but they meet on the way saying, hi, we keep meeting.
We keep meeting, but we can't fight each other. Only you can kind of fight me.
We keep hooking each other.
They're just gonna casually like take a lane, walk next to each other.
Legendary looking for the engage with the Braum ultimate. Gragas is going to interrupt that a little bit, and Koala is very low. So is Easy Legendary, and Rapidex can't get away into this fight, but with Onwards on the backside, he will find a victim. Onwards getting a shield will save him, though. For now,
At the end, nobody goes down.
Alright, playing it safe and steady, and we're hitting the 41-minute mark now. So this is for sure the longest game now. Now we can be sure.
Confirmed longest game. So will he buy the Q? Nope. No QSS, alright.
Darius showed in the bottom side. He does have TP. Ezreal's also on the bottom side, though.
Darius is gonna kill that weird-ass looking portal.
Yeah, Ezreal and Darius need to start making their way, or need to start panning their cameras over there. Because it looks like Cordy's gonna start this up. Yeah, they're forcing this Baron.
This Baron is melting.
So much damage from Lucian. Summit trying to do something, but he's getting stopped right now. He gets stunned by Braum. Nicely done. They pick up the Baron.
There you go.
Onwards, getting exhausted. This looks like a clean fight for
Ross.
Cordy. They pick up 2 for 0. The stun coming out onto multiple people. Jiyeon gonna get stunned up here, likely. And his
Lucian's
Grey
gonna
Health
find Lux on the back line.
not gonna do very much. Yeah. Lucian. Oh wow. Tons of damage. Braum pulls out another ulti. And Summit finally going down. This looks like finally the win for Concordia. They can likely close the game off of this.
40-second death timers on everyone, so...
Yeah, there's no turret down bottom too. They just need to take out that minion wave and push 2 turrets.
Nautilus is so tanky now, he's just gonna go up and probably tank that mini wave and get it.
Yeah, this is really stressful for Concordia. They don't have that much time, actually.
Ooh, Darius is up in 20 seconds. I don't know if they could rush it down. They have no real DPS from Lucian.
Yeah, they can. I think they can. Yeah, I think they should.
15 seconds, they're gonna go for it. I think that's it.
This is a really, really tight call, but I think it's the right one to make. Yeah, they got it.
It is
5
perfectly
seconds
the right call.
Good job from Concordia. What a game. That was actually a super entertaining back and forth. GG well plays all around.
Yep, GG. That was a really close game. Besides it having a 10k gold lead, every fight came down to the wire pretty much.
Yeah, good strategic thinking. A lot of high level play. I liked it.
Yep. And yeah, so we're gonna go for another little break. We'll be back for game 2 of this amazing series so far. So stay tuned.